Hello students, in today's video we are going to discuss the concept of shareholder value creation. This is one concept which is quite frequently referred to in the area of finance. However, this is often misconstrued. So its relevance in the business world is immense though. So let's delve deeper to get clarity. The guiding principle of business value creation is a simple construct. Companies that grow and earn a return on invested capital that exceeds their cost of capital create value. This construct was coined by Alfred Marshall in 1890 and has stood the test of time. Indeed, whenever this has been ignored by managers or businessmen, the consequences have been disastrous. Host of mishaps can be cited, such as internet bubble, financial crisis of 2007-8, and downfall of many other conglomerates which were caused due to misapplication of this guiding principle. So what do we exactly mean by creation of shareholder value? Despite the debate surrounding stakeholder versus shareholder value creation is a fundamental truth and entails to some extent taking care of other stakeholders' interests too. However, this cannot be confused with maximization of short-term profits. Pursuing shareholder value creation is not a problem as short-termism is. Companies like Enron and WorldCom destroyed billions of dollars of shareholder value by short-term focus. Companies whose short-term focus leads to environmental disasters also destroy shareholder value, not just directly through cleanup costs and fines, but a lingering reputational damage also occurs. Ultimately, short-termism negatively impacts intrinsic value that is important to shareholder and stakeholder alike. When we talk about shareholders' value creation, it's critical that managers and board of directors have a clear understanding of shareholders' value creation to guide them. Creating shareholder value cannot be limited to simply maximizing today's share price for current set of shareholders. Rather, the guiding objective should be maximizing a company's collective value to current and future shareholders as well. Since investors don't have complete information about what's going on inside the company or what decisions managers are making, many times companies pump up their share price in the short term by reporting EPS growth. Now, managers attribute this to improved efficiency and investors responding to this portrayal optimistically. EPS growth might have been the outcome of short-changing product development or reducing product quality or doing away with some portion of R&D budget. Hence, creating value for both current and future shareholders means managers should not take actions to increase today's share price if those actions will damage it down the road. This does not mean that stock market is not efficiency. We often talk about efficiency of stock market and it is a pervasive phenomena. But efficiency here simply means that market incorporate all available public information, but not all relevant information is available in public domain, and that's the problem. For instance, if seller of a house do not discloses about damp walls problem, a potential buyer may not be able to detect it even with the help of an expert. So can the stakeholder interest be reconciled? Creation of long-term shareholder value requires satisfying other stakeholders as well. It requires happy customers, suppliers, and employees. Value creation focus results in healthy companies. Investing for sustainable growth also builds stronger economies and at the same time higher living standards and more opportunities for individuals. Empirical studies reveal linkages between CSR spends and shareholder value creation. For example, IBM's free web-based resources on business management not only help to build small and mid-sized businesses, they also improve IBM's reputation and relationships in new markets. Similarly, Novo Nordisk's triple bottom line initiatives have resulted in programs such as improving diabetes care in China. This has contributed to increasing its sale and enhancing its brand value. Having said so, not always such reconciliation is possible, especially when a company's interest and those of its stakeholders are not complementary. Consider an example. A company is a highly competitive industry, should keep open its high-cost plants that lose money just to keep employees working and prevent suppliers from going bankrupt. Doing so in a global context would distort the allocation of resources in the economy, notwithstanding the significant short-term local cost associated with plant closures. So as a result, shareholder capitalism cannot solve all social issues. There are some trade-offs that company managers cannot make and that neither a shareholder nor a stakeholder approach to governance can help. More so when it comes to issues affecting people who aren't immediately involved with the company. For instance, carbon emissions, climate change issues, etc. require a trade-off difficult to manage. Talking about carbon emissions, the solution lies in reducing coal production, which is used to make electricity. It is largest human-made source of carbon emission. If the managers of coal mining companies abruptly stop their operations, entire investment will go bad. All employees will go out of work. Power plants will not be able to produce sufficient electricity. And due to dearth of power, businesses will suffer. So this will have impact on entire economy. So trade-off is not possible in such situations. Government needs to take concrete steps for regulating such kind of issues. So my closing thoughts on the topic of creating shareholders' value. I'll just sum up the entire points that we discussed today. The combination of growth and return on invested capital being greater than cost of capital is what drives shareholder value. Well-defined competition advantage helps competitive companies sustain strong growth and high return on invested capital. Competition tends to erode competitive advantages. Companies must continually seek new sources of competitive advantage if they are to create long-term value. So creating sustainable value is a long-term endeavor. It's not the same as, for example, meeting the analyst consensus earnings forecast for the next quarter. So that's all for the topic. Hope this helps in clarifying your doubts and understanding with clarity what exactly is the meaning of creating shareholders' value and how managers should plan to create shareholders' value in the interest of not only shareholders, rather which will also be for the benefit of all the stakeholders. Thank you.